You just filled up your fuel tank at the gas station and you are certain that you did, but the gauge on the dash says otherwise. Maybe it reads empty, half, quarter, anything but full. And that's a problem, so let's talk about it, because usually it is not the gauge that's on the dash that's at fault. This right here is a fuel pump module, also sometimes known as a fuel pump assembly. We do sell these at oneauto.com if you need one for your vehicle, so check us out. In here, you'll find your fuel pump, which is what takes the fuel from the tank and feeds the engine. You also have your sending unit, or the float, the level indicator, whatever you want to call it, which tells the computer where to put the gauge on the dash so you know how much fuel is in the tank. In this case, we also have a fuel pressure regulator built into it, as well as a fuel tank pressure sensor. These things aren't always mounted to this assembly, but in this case they are, so this thing is loaded. Any of the components on this fuel pump module can fail in one way or another. The one we're going to focus on is the sending unit, which is this float right here that floats on top of the fuel in your tank. And as the level increases, this is supposed to go up, and of course as it goes down, it will go down. This being plastic though, it can break over time. If it cracks, it fills up with fuel. And if it's full of fuel, it's just going to sink to the bottom of the tank and not read at all. Where this arm connects to the sending unit assembly, that can break as well. Or maybe you have a miscommunication between the sending unit and the computer itself, where either the little contact points in there aren't touching anymore, not sending a reading at all, or maybe the wiring breaks. This whole thing sits submerged in fuel at all times, unless you're low on fuel, but it's in fuel its whole life. So it's in a pretty harsh environment to be, considering it's made of plastic mostly. And just as a tip, some signs that'll point towards a failing sending unit are an inaccurate, intermittent, or erratic fuel reading, or no reading at all. We've determined that our fuel pump sending unit is bad in this case, so this one from oneauto.com has to go in. Because this is a body-on-frame SUV, this applies to trucks too, we have to drop the fuel tank. On some smaller passenger vehicles though, it's nice that they give you an access under the back seat, so you don't have to do any of this, you just pull up on the cushion and there's your fuel pump. Now keep in mind when you replace this, in some rare cases you can replace individual components such as the pump, the sending unit, or even the pressure regulator, but in this case it's all one assembly. So we'll drop the tank, replace the unit, put it back up, and our problem should be solved. All right, let's see if it works. We'll turn it on, and we'll wait for the gauge sweep to be done. And there we have it. It's fixed. It's reading a full tank, and the tank is actually full, so that's great.